Take this.
You did so great.
You did so good.
You did so great, Mama. You did so great. You did so great, baby.
Hi there everyone, welcome to our channel. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this video. We're going to be sharing our labor and delivery. I can say our, right? Technically, I'm the one who went through it.
Yeah, I played a role in it, didn't I?
A role?
Yeah.
Pre, not during.
Yeah,
you did a little bit. Okay, that's part of the story where you guys are gonna hear. But anyways, we figured it would be a thing to share with you guys. Not the whole thing, but as little as possible.
Sure, babe.
Okay, so I was approaching about 40 weeks. Was I a few days before 40 weeks?
Almost 40, but you were a few days off and you weren't feeling anything.
In case if you guys are wondering why is he in the video when it's a labor and delivery, it's a us process, right? Although I'm the one who went through it mainly, he was part of it for the whole.
Why wouldn't I be here?
The whole thing. Some people might be wondering. What I've seen is females only do it.
Well, we went through it together, full
from a different magnitude.
You know, it wouldn't be a full like
story.
Yeah, without the other side.
Yeah, it's true. Anyways, almost 40 weeks, and we went to our midwife to check my cervix and to see where I was at.
That thing was closed.
No, wait. I went in with it wasn't like a high heel, but it was a high heel, wedge type of high heel.
Yeah, you was looking dapper.
I was looking really nice. It's like, you know, COVID times, you don't really go out like a lot of places, so when you get a chance you dress up. So that's what I did. I dressed up and then I went in. She's like, you don't look like you're ready to give birth. You know, I'm like,
Jinx.
What you mean? Because I'm approaching 40 weeks, you know. And I thought by 38 or 37 I would have actually given birth. That was my thinking. But then again, who told me I know the story or I know the future? But anyways, basically she checked my cervix and she said that, honey, looks like you've got like maybe a week or two to go. And I'm like,
closed.
It was so disappointing to hear. So we came back home, right? Because I remember you were in the car. You couldn't go in.
Yeah, I couldn't because of COVID.
I came back home and I was not happy, man. I was an angry pregnant lady walking around. And then I went into the garden planting my vegetables and all that stuff. I enjoy gardening. But
I offered to help, but I was turned down.
Did you?
Huh?
I don't remember you. I honestly don't remember you offering.
I offered to help.
I don't remember that.
I offered to help.
To help what? With lifting things?
No, I offered to help.
With what?
Get baby out. Did you want that baby to come out?
We can't say stuff like that on YouTube.
I offered to help. You weren't
That's a cut, man. Anyways, I'm like 2 more weeks. That sounded like eternity to me. I was angry and then I was just like, you know, doing things in the garden, and it started raining a little bit.
Well, not for the baby to come out right there and
no,
then
just to get it going.
Yeah, get it going.
Yeah. As I was moving around, I turned and I saw double rainbow on the sky. So when I saw double rainbow, I don't know, for some reason it brought a smile to my face. It felt like it was like a promise from God, you know? Like it is gonna happen type of thing. Right. Yeah. It was more like calming to me. Just so you know, right now we're telling you guys the story months after. Yeah. The timeline might be a little bit off, but we try to remember as much as possible. A couple days later, I started feeling things, but in my head, I still have a couple more weeks to go.
Just because of what she said.
Yeah.
That it's gonna be a few more weeks.
Yeah.
Like the way it's looking. They were talking about getting you induced.
Yes, that's exactly so.
Because they were worried about the size.
Yeah, so
my boy
good point, babe. See, that's why we need him around. I was told that the baby was like
10 pounds 4 ounces.
Yeah, 4
ounces. That's what they said.
Because the baby's that big, they said that they're gonna induce me, and then we had an appointment.
We actually
to be induced right on 40.
And you really didn't want to get induced. You wanted.
I wanted it to come naturally.
To be natural. you were really bummed about the induction.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go through it, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, but also you were like, if he's gonna be 10 pounds, it's 4 ounces now. Like, how bigger? Like, how much bigger is he gonna get?
Exactly.
So it gets to a point where it's like, would you be able to push him out? And we're trying to avoid a C-section.
Yeah.
And so it was just, man, we were stuck between a rock and a hard place. So we didn't really have. Right, we just wanted to take care of you. You know, also with prior things that happened in the past, which we won't get into now. We'll get into much later. We have a lot to share, obviously. And then it just kind of started happening.
Yeah, I started feeling some things, but I wasn't really sure.
I was very happy because I'm like, this is what she wanted.
But I wasn't sure exactly because it wasn't as, you know, what you expect, or definitely not as what you see on TV.
Yes.
But I kept on timing my contractions, and they were like, they keep coming together and then apart, and you know, it was like kind of weird, but at least they were there, you know. And then it started to intensify a lot more. Yeah. But I couldn't really describe how I was feeling to the midwife, because the more painful thing that I was feeling personally was the way the baby was like just moving inside my belly.
Yeah, he was moving a lot.
He was moving like a lot. It was a different kind of pain. I can't really describe it now. I remember the night before I was trying to sleep. You were sleeping. This is what I remember, right? There's two sides of a story.
Of course, you always remember me sleeping. Keep going, babes.
And then he was sleeping, and he was sleeping like lying down, you know, like perfectly. Like, because it didn't happen the way the whole 411 or whatever works, I was confused. Like, do I still have weeks of this thing to go, or like, you know? Yeah. But I remember talking to my people, my family from back home. They were keeping me company. I don't think they slept.
I know nothing about this part
because he was sleeping.
Because I was obviously sleeping. In my defense, she told me to sleep.
Did I?
Because she said, babe, just in case if baby comes, I need you to be.
Oh, like, okay. I did.
I need you to be sharp. I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need this, so we can't both be like exhausted or whatever, or you're tired. And I still kind of went to bed late. I didn't go to bed as early as I should have. And I was sleeping, but really I wasn't, just because like in the back of my mind, man, what's going on? Is baby coming? Like, is she sleeping? But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like, babe, you need to sleep. Can I?
Can I though?
Like, is this a trick? Like, are you saying I can sleep, but you know, I can't?
Do you mean
So, dude, if your wife says go to bed and she's carrying your child, and
she's going through a contraction,
and she's about to pop at any moment, just I would say triple check. You know, just and after you triple check, just like
another check.
You know, like do a few more checks. Man, it's worth it.
Also, the other part, the way I thought the birthing process was gonna go is with my family around. You know, I pictured it a certain way, but because COVID happened,
everything went.
Yeah, it was just window. Him and I.
Yeah,
I wasn't even sure if they were gonna let you into the delivery room at some point. They were going back and forth with their restrictions.
I just said that it doesn't matter.
No way.
There ain't no way.
The midwife is gonna go out.
There ain't no way I'm gonna not be in there. You know, if you say that you got to pick between me and the midwife, like, it's not a conversation. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm going to be in there.
But I need the midwife. But I also need my husband.
I can just be like talking to the midwife. So what do I do next? Right? You know, I'm not going to let that happen. I cannot be in there.
Yeah.
I just can't. But it worked out, so.
It did. Thank the Lord. Sometime early in the morning, I'm like, I can't describe what I'm feeling, what kind of pain it is. And if it's 411 or 511 or whatever that is, I was trying not to call my midwife because it was like she had, how many people were giving birth at that time?
Yeah, there were a few people giving birth.
So I knew she didn't really go to sleep or something. So I was trying to not bother her.
Give her time, yeah.
I wanted to make sure that it's happening before I called her.
Yeah, I was like, I'm calling her.
Yeah.
We need to let her know that this is what's going on, and at least she can give us a direction of what do we do from there.
At this point, when you were calling, I remember just sitting on the toilet but facing the other way, so at least to like give my back a relief. So we contacted her.
And then she called back.
And she was asking me questions, but I'm like, I can't, I don't know what I'm feeling, lady. I didn't say lady, but you know, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling stuff, like, no. She's like, okay, I don't know what's going on with you. But she said to come in so she can check
go
me.
To the hospital.
We were packed and everything to go, but I didn't want to like go to the hospital and then be told to like come back. That's such like a disappointing, you know, feeling at that time, you know, when you're in that like intense moment. I was like, please let this be the one and only time that we go, and then we get admitted. Once we got to the hospital, as she was trying to check me, it was so like I couldn't even lie down because of the way the baby was moving. It was so uncomfortable and painful. I think at that point she kind of understood what I was trying to describe to her. I can't remember what type of position she said that the baby was in. Anyways, she checked me and then she said, oh, okay, you're like 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. I'm like, you know, we got admitted, and then my labor seemed to be it was
so like it was progressing when you were getting checked, and then all of a sudden after you got a room admitted, it stopped progressing. She's like, okay, we need to get your labor, like we can't have this like stall and then it could take too long. Size of the baby. That's right. So she's like, we need to get this going. So and then that was when she brought the breast pump.
You're right, babes. And then it was like you're 5 and then 6, 7. It was like ding 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 when you're skipping, you know, type of the feeling. That's how it felt. And so I'm like, oh, this thing is like going smooth. I thought it was gonna be like in and out type of feeling. But you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. It wasn't moving once I got to 9. And it's just, I remember being in the tub to get some relief, and
you spent a lot of time in the tub.
Relaxing your shoulders, unclenching your hands,
just breathe.
loosening your hips,
Just breathe.
making your feet hang loose.
Just breathe.
Sway around if you want to. At rest.
Can you see my face?
Place your hands over your belly.
You didn't want to come out.
I did not want to come out. Like, it's like, this is the only place, you know. And I remember once the contractions come in, I couldn't say, massage me on my back. This area, all I kept on saying was like, back, 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 back. That's all I said. Back.
Word of advice, my dudes, on that day, just make sure you get glue. Just put a bunch on your palms, you know what I'm saying, and just stick it to the back, because that's where it's gonna be the entire time. You dare not move it. You dare not. Like, I tried to like pee, man. I need to take a leak, and I couldn't. I felt like I needed like surgery on my arm by the time I was done, right? Because I was just numb. It was non-stop, like constantly like rubbing her back. But you know what? After a bit, I stopped feeling it, because I was just like, imagine what she's going through and the amount of pain that she's in, and what does it take for me to do this, like with, you know, rubbing her back and so on and so forth. Like, it was obviously very difficult. But in that situation, it's just not a conversation. Right?
Your hand versus.
That's right. It's just something that you do. So
I wanted to do a natural birth as much as possible, although they said like it was a 10-pound something baby. So that's why I took that route of like, you know, being in a tub, listening to birthing affirmations, like positive affirmations, like working on mind muscle, would you say? Like listening
just doing everything to kind of like get you through, and no drugs or like no epidural or anything like that.
Yeah, as much as
So
possible.
as much as possible, like
Yeah.
as much as you could handle,
Yeah.
like you would like not to use that, like
Mhm.
result to that. But
Mhm.
even before we left the house, she was like, "Babe, I'm getting epidural. I'm getting it."
I think it's the pain.
I'm like, we haven't even left the house, man. Like, let's get there, and then you know let's see how you feel. She's like, I'm getting it. But you know, she did a phenomenal job.
Once I got to 9, and then it just was not progressing at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me the epidural.
Yeah.
Or did I say it nicer? Or did I say, give me the juice? Give me the juice! And then I remember him and my midwife just there discussing it amongst themselves. While I'm in the tub, in my head I'm thinking, why is there a discussion? I'm like, epidural! Because it wasn't progressing, now I started thinking, oh my gosh, now I have to push out a 10-pound something, baby. It doesn't seem like, you know. So, you know. Anyways, that's why I asked. But they kept on telling me, you know, just half an hour more and, you know, wait. And then let me shorten it. I'm trying to get sidetracked a little bit. So I reached like, 10 and it was time to push. Because they were telling me not to push prior to that.
Even though it was difficult. Like you saying, babe, you gotta fight it. You gotta fight it.
Easy for you to say.
You gotta try not to push
I can
it.
fight you. If he said it like this while I could see you at that point, I think I could leave the bed. What you say?
And in that instant, like the moment she hit 10, I was like, okay, we're there. Okay, let's go, right? Like let's get her pushing. But she was already so tired.
Yeah, I was exhausted.
She wasn't able to eat. You were already so tired. You barely got any sleep.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, man, how is she gonna get the energy to push out a big baby? You know? I was like, I don't know how she's gonna do it.
Yeah, there was also a doctor on standby just in case, because
they said baby's so big. Yeah.
You're doing so great.
Yeah.
So
Okay, great. Thanks. Yeah,
So great, baby. You're doing awesome.
Saba, you are doing so good, and you're gonna get to meet your baby soon.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you. Okay.
So great.
Okay, you can push with it. Don't feel like you need to breathe away. Give in to your body.
So great, baby. You're doing awesome.
Yep.
You're
That's it.
such a great
Well
job,
done.
babes.
Well done.
Baby's almost here. Baby is literally almost here. You're doing so awesome.
You are.
As I was pushing, is that when I was like, I think you probably would enjoy telling this part, so I'm gonna let you.
I don't know how to say this without laughing. It's just obviously in that moment
You didn't laugh, baby.
I didn't laugh. You know, even though I found it funny. You can't, if you laugh, she'll kill you. So they had this what's that thing that they put?
It's like the peanut ball.
Yeah, the peanut ball. You know, after some time, she was feeling a lot of pain, like a lot of pressure, like in her thigh.
Yeah.
Like to her, you know, the whole leg was gone.
It's
right?
not like that,
Like
but it's just
pain.
I couldn't describe the pain.
Yeah,
What did I say?
She just said to the midwife that it feels like dust. It's just dust.
I was just lying down there, you know, with like the peanut ball. It might be a little graphic for some of you, but just to kind of, you know, let you understand the story. I'm just lying there. This thing is, I'm feeling it a lot more than what's happening within.
Yeah, within.
So, man, it's like dust. It feels like dust. That's how it felt like. It felt like it was thinning out. Like, it was like, she's like, what? Anyways, yes. After all that part was done, the baby came out, and we didn't know what the sex of the baby was until that point.
Yeah, we actually waited the entire time.
We wanted to do a baby shower and all that stuff,
but COVID ruined everything, so we decided, you know what, let's just make it exciting. Yeah. We'll wait until baby comes out, and then we'll know if we're having a boy or a girl.
Yeah, so like that, the baby came out, and they're like, it's a boy. We were like, it's a boy? I remember just crying. I don't know if tears came out, but I was just like exhausted crying.
Yeah, you bawled your eyes out.
Yeah.
Take this.
You did so great.
You did so
You did so great, Mama. You did so great. You did so great, baby.
She did. And he had a whole thing when he came out.
You did amazing, baby. You did awesome.
Oh, stop it. I'm so proud of you. You did so good. You just pushed her off. She did. She was phenomenal. And a baby boy.
You did so awesome. You did so great, baby. So good. Okay, so cute.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You did so good. So good. Little guy.
I'm obviously a mess. Oh my
We're
goodness.
gonna have to take some pictures of these guys together.
Baby Ezra is here.
He is. Baby Ezra is here.
Saba was a champ all through and through. My goodness. She is just amazing. She is just amazing. Thank God for safe delivery. Thank God for everything. I'm so happy.
It was chaotic. Quite a few people were in there for the time that it was COVID time for what we were told. But because they thought that it was a bigger baby, there was a lot more people than we expected. And you called our family members.
Yes, I did.
In Toronto, in Nigeria and Ethiopia and stuff, to let them know, video
And
call,
even-
that was the best way to show them.
And even family here. Another thing to note is that ultrasounds, which are supposed to be the most accurate, can actually be wrong.
Yeah, we had multiple scans.
Because we
by
did
the
have
way.
multiple because of the size.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, oh yeah, like all the
bigger
places, it's a
baby.
bigger baby, it's a bigger baby. But he
Yes.
wasn't 10 pounds, 4 ounces. He was nowhere close. He was 8 pounds, 7 ounces when he came out.
Which I was glad for.
Healthy baby.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between 8'7" and 10'4"
That's quite a
is
bit.
quite a bit, right? Most especially for an ultrasound, like multiple ultrasounds, to still not catch that. And that would have led to her being induced, because that was the whole point of her getting induced, was because of the size.
I went into labor on the day.
On the day that you were supposed to get induced.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
it just kind of happened. Our son was born on the same day that we had booked the induction for. He is very
on
prompt.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful baby boy. We named him Ezra.
Yes, his name is Ezra.
Yeah. Thank you so much for hearing us out, hearing our story. Maybe, have a little perspective about what goes behind, to get a different perspective from another person that went through it.
And to all you expectant mamas out there, my goodness, y'all are just beasts of natures, man. I don't know how you ladies do it, but much respect. It is, I don't even know what to say, but all I can do is take a bow.
Take a bow. It's different when you
expectant mamas and mamas in general, just mothers. God bless you all.
Amazing.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.